My name is Bianca Burke, and this is my Chemistry 1 final presentation, and today is May 25th, 2020. My sophomore year did not end the way that I expected it to. In some ways, it ended better than I thought it would, and in other ways, it ended worse than I had hoped it would. My project includes specific topics. The end of this school year has allowed me to reflect on the things that I have learned this past year, especially in electrochemistry, the things that I think I have done well on, the things that I have not done as well on as I would like to, and it has given me ideas of goals that I would like to set for junior year. How I have grown in one area of chemistry. Electrochemistry is one area of chemistry that I gained a much greater understanding in. I liked that this unit had so many practical applications. Before studying electrochemistry, I did not understand how a battery worked and the role that electrons play in functions of batteries. Studying the voltaic cell through listening and taking notes on our lessons and completing many practice problems, I learned that chemical energy can be converted into electrical energy through the loss of electrons from the reactant and the gaining of electrons of another. The spontaneous reaction can occur. It took practicing, making mistakes, and learning from those mistakes in order to understand how to use the charts so that I would know which compound or element could be the anode and which could be the cathode. Now I understand that the anode decreases in mass because it is negatively charged and the anode is where oxidation takes place. I also understand that the cathode gains mass and is the site of reduction. Through electrons flowing from the anode to the cathode, the reaction in the voltaic cell is able to occur. This unit did not come easy to me, but by making flashcards and studying, I learned the material. This year, I have had many strengths. There are many parts of my sophomore year that I am proud of. I think that I did well in keeping my lab notebook and my notes organized. I had a system in place at home and at school that helped me keep all of my papers neat and organized. I also feel that I was able to take very detailed class notes. Taking notes helped me to process information, and I worked very hard to make sure that I took notes on everything that I was taught in class. Throughout the year, I also worked hard to communicate effectively with my teachers. I think that I communicated well through emails and through class time conversations. Finally, I feel that I was an active participant in my classes. I think that I worked well as a team member on group projects and that I was comfortable working with my classmates in order to help all of us do our best. This year, I also had some weaknesses. This showed me that each class requires a different type of studying. In the past, Quizlets have really helped me study. I realized that this year I am willing to put in the time to study, but I did not always study in the best way. It is important to study in a way that prepares me for the material that each individual teacher wants me to have mastered. I also struggled this year with test anxiety. I felt so much pressure during tests that sometimes I was not able to think as clearly as I needed to. I usually learn new material very quickly. However, this year I had some challenges asking questions when I felt like I didn't understand something. I know my teachers always want to help me, but my classes were challenging and taking the time to ask questions was not something that I always took the time to do. My strengths and weaknesses helped me set some goals. I am looking forward to a break this summer and to a fresh start in the fall. I plan to become more effective in my studying. I will work with my friends and my teachers in order to make sure that I am always studying the way that I need to in order to be successful. In my junior year, I would also like to be more confident in asking questions when I am confused. I'm so glad that my teachers are willing to take the time to help me and want to make sure that I do not take that for granted. It is also my goal to make sure that I know when my teacher's office hours are to make sure that I go see them during those times. It is great to have teachers who will help me, and I want to make sure that I do not miss the opportunity to have their help. Thank you for listening. Are there any questions?